we're allowing the kids to treat their bodies like dumpster fires.
Yeah, it's absolutely true. I mean, when you look at what happened from when I was born in 1959, it was a long time ago, about 50 years.
Not that long.
to now, the change in our chronic disease epidemic is staggering. The change in autism rates have gone from 1 in 10,000 to 1 in 30-something kids, depending on where you look at the data. The rate of neurodevelopmental issues is now affecting 1 in 6 children. We have rising rates of autoimmune disease and allergies in kids. We're seeing obviously obesity in kids, which you never saw before. I mean, when I was in medical school, there was no type 2 or type 1 diabetes. It was juvenile onset or adult onset. Then kids started getting it. Now 30+% of teenagers have prediabetes or type 2 diabetes. It's staggering. And so the question is why? Why has this happened? What's changed in our culture and our environment and in the food? Well, we've industrialized our food system. We've made convenience king. The food industry has basically taken over. And when I say food, I mean the food and ag industry have taken over our society in ways that are pervasive and actually measurable. They fund academic centers to do research. They fund 12 times as much, quote, nutrition research as the federal government. They fund academic associations like the American Heart Association, which gets $192 million from the food and in the pharma industry. They fund the Academy of Nutrition Dietetics, which 40% of their revenue comes from the food companies. And when you go to their meetings, and I've been there, and I've spoken there, there's like big exhibit halls that say no pictures allowed. Why? Because it's full of junk food. Oh, wow. And they're promoting to the nutritionists as sort of healthy alternatives, and so you've got them creating front groups like the American Council on Science and Health, that is actually, some of those guys have been in jail for Medicare fraud, and they're a bunch of quacks who are funded by big tobacco, big food, big ag, and say pesticides, trans fats, and high fructose corn syrup are all healthy for you. And then they fund social groups like the NAACP and Hispanic Federation to get them to oppose things like soda taxes, which we can argue is good or bad, but they want to lie themselves so they don't push back on them. And they target those groups more directly than other groups in society.
By the way, remiss if we didn't mention they also fund our lawmakers.
Yeah, I was about to say that. And they're their biggest lobby group. So they fund huge amounts of miseducation and misinformation on both sides.
Neither party is immune from this. The Republicans 100%. Are just as corrupt as the Democrats are in taking money from these groups and voting accordingly.
100%.